Okay, so from test one, this is all about combining like terms. You're just going to look for things that look alike. Notice we have the x's here. Over here we have all the y's. So if you have negative 12x's, you add 4x's. That gives you negative 8x. If you have positive 3y, you take away 4y's. That should leave you with negative y. The next is problem number 3 and 4 on your test review. You notice you have lots of parentheses. The parentheses all mean that you're going to multiply, and then any fraction is really just a division problem. So what you're going to do is use PEMDAS, which is parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So it tells you the order that you want to do each operation in. Anything inside parentheses you're going to do. So notice inside parentheses we have the fraction 8 over 4, and if this is division, this will just be 8 divided by 4, and that turns into 2. So once you finish what's inside there, you can just drop the parentheses. The next thing here is exponents. We don't have any exponents. Then you're going to do multiplication. Remember, we said anything with parentheses around it means to multiply. So here we have 3 times 2, which should give us 6. And the minus 2 remains the same. And then at the very end, you go through, there's no division, no addition. We have subtraction. 6 minus 2 is 4. Same thing's happening here. Remember, we're doing what's in the parentheses first. 6 plus 4 is 10. Everything else should stay the same. Down below, we have 6 minus 1, which should give you 5. So notice the only thing we changed was what was inside the parentheses. Next is the exponents. And what you're going to do is send them on inside. So this will be 10 squared. Should give you 100 now inside these parentheses. Remember that this is multiplication when things are next to each other or something is right outside the parentheses. So we'll multiply 2 and 100, and 4 times 5 should give you 200 over 20. And then after you multiply, you're going to divide, which should leave you with just 10. Okay, we're going to continue on. Slide 3 here, notice again we have fractions inside the parentheses. That just means they're division problems. And we've also got parentheses, which is multiplication. So if we want to, we have two choices. We can use PEMDAS and either divide 3 by 5 and 2 divided by 3. It's going to give us these weird decimals. The other way we can look at this, if we have a fraction times a fraction, is take the top number and multiply it times the top number, and then just take the bottom number and multiply it times the bottom number to see if it gives us a better fraction to divide. 3 times 2 on the top would then give you 6, and 5 times 3 on the bottom would give you 15. And then you could divide those, and 6 divided by 15, you can either do longhand or on a calculator. And that should give you something like 0.3. Same thing on this one, but to make it a little easier to think about, since you have fractions and decimals, would be to turn them both into fractions. So you have 2 divided by 3 on top, 1 divided by 4 on the bottom. And a neat little trick then is to turn these two fractions or two division problems into multiplication problems. And the way you do that is you just switch the denominators, and the denominators are the things on the bottom of each fraction. So if you switch the 3 and the 4, it'll now look like that. And instead of having them as division problems, they're now multiplication problems. So we now have 2 times 4 instead of 2 divided by 3. And we now have 1 times 3 instead of 1 divided by 4. It's kind of a neat trick. It's easier to think about because we know 2 times 4 is 8 and 1 times 3 is 3. If you go ahead and divide this either on a calculator or through long division, it should give you something like 2.67.